Welcome back to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy and Tarot, my beautiful people. Alright, today's reading is about He Who Shall Not Be Named and the Big C. We all know what that is, and I want to know, how will the Big C impact the November elections? How will it affect our voting? What will Congress do to protect the elections? How will He Who Shall Not Be Named and the collective feel about what Congress does or proposes or puts into action? What will be the end results in terms of popularity for each candidate and the voting results? The ultimate outcome for Trump, the ultimate outcome for the Democratic candidate, the ultimate outcome for the collective. Alright, so this is a big reading. I already said the T word, I meant not to say it. This is a reading that I'm going to post publicly. Although, I told you I wasn't going to post any more political readings publicly. At least not in full. But this one I'm going to put in full because this is going to affect the collective in such a big way that I feel I can go ahead and release this information. It's probably information I'm supposed to release and not, withhold. I'd like to invite you right now to join me on Patreon. If you like this reading, please join me on Patreon and support this channel, as this channel has been harmed because of its political content and doesn't receive the support that other channels have received. So I do need it from you. So I hope that you will come over to my Patreon. The link is in my description box below, or you can donate to the channel donate button on the home page. Please make sure to like this video, to subscribe to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy and Tarot, and to share this link with your friends who are like-minded. Yeah, so let's get started. I talk kind of slow, especially when I have a big reading to do. So if that is a problem, then just go to the settings on your panel, and you can increase the speed and maybe put me at 125 and speed up the video to your liking. So I'm using the Illuminati Tarot deck today, and using the Sibylla and Divina along with some Lavera Sibylla to clarify. As I was shuffling at the bottom of the deck, I got the Fool card, and as I was shuffling, the Four of Wands flew out. So as a message from Spirit, I feel the Four of Wands. If you look at the card, is you can see the country, you can see the White House in the background, and you can see that generally this is a very nice, harmonious looking card. There's peace, there's harmony, there's joy, there's celebration, there's balance, and there's support, and so I feel like this is a premonition for our future, for America. So that's good. Now let's get into the reading. The Fool card on the bottom of the deck. Alright, the Fool, he is wayward bound. Where is he going? He's telling us that we are about to jump into a whole new experience. This is unprecedented. Okay, the Fool represents the corona and its impact on our elections. We're about to jump into a whole new experience, and it's unprecedented. This sounds like a complete change in the way that we go about voting. It will be in some way a whole new experience, something we haven't done before in the way that we vote, and it's really quite scary jumping into this whole thing with this child at the helm. The child being He Who Shall Not Be Named. And it's more than scary, because so much is at stake. Our very country is at stake. So let me just break down this reading for you. This is something that I meditated on, and I wanted to have specific rows and specific columns to mean certain things. So the first row in the center column, we have what Congress or the system is going to basically say to us right now in regards to the impact of Corona on our voting process, right? To the left of that is Trump's column, and how he's likely to act or react, and he or his people in regards to Congress or our system and what it plans to do. Okay? So it's in reaction to the center column. To the right is the collective. This represents me, you, everyone on both the red side and the blue side, okay? It's collective energy, and I'm not defining it by party right now. I'm just leaving it collective because I don't want this reading to be too big. It's already very big. So it represents us, the collective, everyone, and how we will be feeling and thinking, and how we are most likely going to act or react to any congressional or system-like actions, or even Trump's actions, because we're reacting to all of it. All right? Okay, it's all interconnected. Now the second row and the third row are kind of working together and expands on what Congress's most likely action will be, what actions they are most likely going to take to ensure voting process in November in the center, okay? And what they're going to do to protect our votes. To the left is Trump again, and how he's and his people, and how he's most likely going to react to whatever measures will be put into action. And what effect will this have on his popularity is another question I pose to the cards. How will he be seen or viewed by the collective? And the left, the column to the right of the center row is going to represent the collective, and how the voting process is going to wind up going on our behalf, what we're going to experience. Will it be fair? What effects or results are we likely to experience based on any preventive actions put in place? And then the center card represents the system and also our Democratic candidate as well, who I want to say right now is someone who is represented by the King of Swords, someone who has who's older, who has white hair. I mean, they're both in their 70s. They both have white hair. This person is very, very smart. But what I do see significant to break apart the two candidates, Biden or Sanders, is that this man has a strong black man in this Nine of Wands underneath him, supporting him. He has a strong black man or men, okay, defending, standing in support of him. So this is someone who has the strong black vote. So I would say it's definitely Biden, and I foretold that almost over a year ago, I believe, that Biden would be the Democratic candidate. And I do feel like it's between Harris and Warren that he will have a female vice president. At least that's what I saw, and I strongly went with the Harris choice, okay? I still going to go with that, but I'm open to, I don't care who it is, but I do feel like it will be a female, okay? I feel strong as a prediction, a strong Harris, but it could be, someone else. I do think it will be a black woman. All right? I believe it should be Warren, but I feel Warren is too presidential to be a vice president at this time. Okay, so, and the final row is the big row, and it's the trickiest row, because this row is going to tell me the ultimate outcome for Trump as a candidate, and the ultimate outcome for the Dems in the center. Trump is to the left, and the Dems is in the center, and how the collective will be reacting to our president. Okay? And all of this I feel is greatly going to be impacted by Corona. That's why I feel like this is coming out in this Corona reading. All right, because it's kind of like the divine hand involved in it all. Sad to say, but that's what I feel. This is nothing I haven't told you already. I already spoke on how I feel the election is going to go in my day after reading, which I'll put in. I'll put at the end of this reading as an end screen video for you to watch. So if you want to rewatch that, that would be helpful. Let's get started. So let's start in the center, top row. Here we have the Three of Cups. This is Congress or the White House or whoever our system is that will be. I think it's Congress, really. And what they're telling us face value, they're going to do about the voting process. Okay, remember that the main question is, what impact will Corona have on our voting process? That's the theme of the reading. So on the whole, I feel that Congress is being very encouraging to all of us. They want to encourage us to believe that everything will be well, and that and the elections in November will take place. We should plan on that, and they are keeping our spirits uplifted about it. But the Fool says they are in a wayward place. They don't really know for sure. This is unprecedented territory for all of us. They don't really know what the process is going to be like right now. It's confusing and worrisome. And there's a lot of fear about what could happen. But for now, they're not showing that fear. They're putting on a happy face, I guess, as much as they can, and wanting us to wait. Or they're waiting, pausing and reflecting, waiting for something to clear up first, for a matter to clear up, probably the whole Corona to clear up, and in terms of the infection and the spread. There's a waiting for that to clear up, and also for more matters to clear up. Maybe that could be who our Democratic candidate is going to even be before they really start taking measures to protect the process, right? Trump has the Seven of Pentacles. Now this represents Trump or anyone working on Trump, his people, his party, and they're planning their next move, calculating here. I see he is stepping back. They are stepping back and looking at the situation with calculating eyes. And there is someone here, the protector and the pleasant pastime are my clarifiers for the Seven of Pentacles. So I'm seeing someone, a businessman, a wealthy man, a planner, someone who consults, who gives good advice, and he speaks on behalf of Trump or to Trump about the voting, and he is explaining, I believe, to Congress and to all of us, the collective, how he thinks everything will be fine, more than fine. We shouldn't worry. And as of right now, they feel the situation going the way it is going in favor of Trump, or is going to favor Trump, right? However, this ends up affecting the vote in November. They don't want to do anything they don't want to add any protective measures, is what I'm trying to say, right? So I feel like this could be a spokesperson for Trump. Maybe this is his new White House chief of staff. Maybe this is Tim Meadows. Maybe it's someone else. This is a person who speaks on behalf of a voting plan. It could be McConnell. It could be any of his other minions that he puts in charge of things. Pence. Mnuchin. I'm not sure. And they're trying to, whoever it is, they're trying to speak on behalf of things, that things are good the way they are. And that's because they believe that it will go in Trump's favor the way things are. They want us to believe and accept what they say. And I do feel that there is questioning and worry and fear from the collective about everything that's coming up, about everything that's happening. A lot of confusion, worry, and fear, uncertainty, and feeling deceived, feeling, very uncertain and unstable about it all. And we don't accept and we don't believe what we're being told. We have a lot of fears and worries because they've been so deceptive in the past, and because the last election was deceptive too. So we want clarity, we want certainty, and they're not giving us that clarity. We don't have clarity with this moon card. Whoever this man is, this protector card, it's saying that Trump can totally trust him. He's a loyal man. He's a loyal dog, faithful to Trump and to his party. It could be Pence, it could be Barr, it could be any of these people I stated. They're loyal, and in spite of the corona, this man and his party, right? The party pastime represents his party. They all stay faithful to him and rally around him and support him in the upcoming election. Party pastime is telling me that Trump is telling us that this drug, this concoction, this potion here, drink up, is going to make everything better, and soon Corona will pass like a nightmare. We'll wake up in the morning and everything will be okay. So he's trying to lift up everyone's spirits too, from a darkness, from a foreboding dread of what's ahead. And this new drug he's promoting, he's wanting to raise up, and he's raising up for the purpose of self-interest to expand the economy and public sentiment on behalf of him, to benefit him. And so this is part of the Seven of Pentacles strategy he is trying to employ. He's trying to make the public buy this strategy, this illusion, this dream, this delusion that we will be celebrating and collaborating with one another to celebrate the harvest, the gathering, the sun, Easter, the baby, Jesus, right, to celebrate him. That's what he's trying to promote and instill and plant the seeds subconsciously in our subconscious mind, right? Seven of Pentacles, planting seeds. Moon is subconscious mind. Yeah, I called that. I knew he was doing that. Subjective communication is what he's employing. He gave everybody this vision, and you know what? It does affect you on some level. It does subliminally sink in. So there is some hope when people actually are holding out for Easter. Okay. So let's go back to this Three of Cups here at the top. This is Congress again. I feel like they're not able to put too much, or they're not putting too much work into the whole protect the vote process at this time, right? Because they're waiting for matters to clear up, waiting for the corona to clear up. So I don't see much preparation made at this time, although they know it's just around the corner. When I clarified the Three of Cups, I got the important revelation card and the impediment card fell out together. So these cards, impediment specifically talks about delays and blocks, obstacles in the way. And they're wanting to discourage those feelings, right? They don't want us to believe that there will be too much of a delay or a block, or that there will be any delay at all. They don't want us to fear that right now. But that is certainly their fear and their concern that is being harbored and that they're keeping secret and hidden from us. Okay. The moon is telling me that we as a collective sense that we are being deceived, or sense that there will be some Sorry about that disruption. I was like trying to figure out where that noise was coming from. Okay, where do I leave off? So I feel like impediment talks about blocks, delays, obstacles, but they're wanting to discourage us from having those feelings that the voting process will be blocked or delayed. But they have the fear, and they are harboring that fear, keeping it a secret from us. The moon tells me that we, the collective, are sensing that we could possibly, that things could go very wrong. So, but right now, in terms of Congress, I feel like they're talking. They're trying to talk up in the news, through the media. See how she's pointing to the paper, telling us all that we will be well in November. Voting will just look towards November. Everything's going to be fine. I feel like there is a female, a strong female head, or a party of females, or this party, could be the Democratic Party, that wants to pass a resolution right now. A resolution to protect or to encourage fair voting this come November that will protect our choice in the vote. She or they are making noise to do that very thing. There's a lot of talk about it right now, but there is opposition and impediments to delay this. So someone is saying, let's wait, let's look at this protector card. Someone is saying on their side, let's wait, let's just see how this corona clears up. We may not have to do anything. But all of this, I feel, is dark persuasion, right? Subliminal suggestion. I feel we should not be putting this off, that we should be making preparation for this right now. And I do feel like there are roadblocks that are set up to prevent that from Trump's side. Trump or someone in his employ, could be Barr, McConnell, Mnuchin, Meadows, someone else, I don't know. Whoever can have a direct effect on Congress and its laws that would affect our voting is playing a part to delay the process, to delay and impede the talk, to enforce a resolution to protect. They're saying it's going to be fine. We don't need to do anything. They're blowing their traditional and regular smoke up our ass. Some more. All right, let's go to the collective side. The moon represents us. We don't like it. We don't trust it. What we are hearing, what we're being told, especially from a male energy or whoever this protector card is who's speaking to us or running Trump's interference. We aren't happy with this wait or this stepping back to wait and pause for things to clear up. We have much contrariety, displeasure. Right? We don't like what we're hearing. If this situation is bad, this card says, then it's going to only get worse. So that's telling me, as a reader, that the corona is not going to clear up right away. It's not going to clear up in a month. It's not going to clear up by Easter. It's saying more like give it 5 to 9 months. That's the amount of time I'm seeing that it will have an effect, a big extreme effect on our health and on our economy. So this is going to be a very dark period. And I think that it will last at least 5 months to 9 months, maybe longer. But right now, I don't see people getting back to work until maybe around August, October. So again, delays on voting is not a good idea. It's not instilling the collective with positive thoughts, all right? And like I said, resolutions and discussions I feel are taking place. There are people talking about it, protecting the vote, and what can we do to protect the vote, make sure people's the voting is fair, and how can we block any tampering or meddling in the election. And he who shall not be named is not happy about this and is trying to block this work from being done. All right? But that's all that's going on right now. Today is Saturday, March 28th, and that's all that's going on right now. A lot of talk and consternation. coming from both Congress and us as a collective about the current crisis and our fears for our voting future. Also, I feel that we're getting a message from Spirit to not expect the situation, the corona situation, and or the economic situation to clear up in a month's time. It's not wise, and it's not likely, it's not feasible, and we shouldn't wait or give credence to that vision. We should be taking sure and cautious measures right now to protect the vote and to heal people, to protect our healthcare workers, especially. I don't feel like Congress is going to heed my warning. I feel like they are waiting. They have kind of drunk the subliminal potion, and there is kind of a wait and see. Maybe Corona will clear up. Soon. Maybe not as soon as Easter, but maybe soon. I do think that they will end up putting some legalities into place with the King of Swords here in the second row. So, Trump has the Eight of Swords here. Eight of Swords, as Trump's action or reaction to whatever plan or measure the Congress actually will put into place, which is represented here by this King of Swords, is telling me that Trump is, as a commander-in-chief, is fearful to protect and defend the voting process. He should be protecting and defending the voting process to ensure that it's righteous and fair. As a commander-in-chief, he should want to protect and defend our voting process to ensure that it is righteous and fair for all. But he's instead fearful and afraid and not taking action with his Eight of Swords. And he is very angry at someone with this angry woman here. Angry at this virus, because she represents the virus, but also angry at a woman. That could be Pelosi. He could be angry in general at whoever he deems to be his enemy, okay? Congress at this time, or whoever this male energy is. Okay, Trump has a lot of anger that he's directing at the presidential candidate, the Democratic presidential candidate, which is also represented by this King of Swords here in the center. He's displaying a lot of anger. It could be Dr. Fauci, it could be a scientist or a doctor, it could be Obama, it could be Biden, it could be whoever our presidential candidate is, if it's Sanders, but I think it's going to be Biden, okay? Whatever the measure is, he's angry at that too. Whatever measure or legalities are put in place to protect the voting process or to create a new voting process, he's going to be angry about. But I feel like what is put into place, and the King of Swords tells me that something is put into place, I don't feel like it's going to be enough or soon enough, right? There's still going to be calamities as a result of this corona on our election. Because in the collective side, we have the Five of Pentacles, and that means there's many who feel left out. But first, let's look at the King of Swords and see what measures are going to be put into place. King of Swords, by his very nature, is upright, objective, and fair. A righteous ruler and provider, someone who provides righteous solutions that everyone should benefit from. And his word is law, has influence on everyone. This is a presidential card. This is a presidential influence. Okay, so it's representing a president. Could be any president. It's representing a president and a president's energy. It's also representing an air sign energy, which could be a Gemini. Trump is a Gemini. A Libra. I've been told Putin is a Libra, although he comes up for me as the King of Hearts, which is here. So I'm going to say both. It could be a Libra, it could be an Aquarius as an air sign energy. I'm also getting water sign energy, earth sign energy. So this King of Swords, I clarified it 4 times. Okay. Now, the anger card represents Trump's actions or influence to the King of Swords. The angry woman card represents that, okay? And now the other anger card, which is on the opposite side, on the right side, represents the collective's actions and reactions to the King of Swords. Alright? The Pensioner represents the King of Swords energy itself is being influenced by another person, by a man. Okay? And then I finally qualified everything with the falsita. So, because, like I said, it's duplicitous in a way. The falsita is duplicitous. The King of Swords should be righteous and upright, but this energy is not. Okay? So it gets real deep here. And I think I failed to call attention to it in my Part 1, Part 2 exclusive reading on my Patreon channel, where I had the Queen of Wands in the center, and I said she could represent Russia, but I was mainly talking from a different aspect about her, mainly that she was representing Pelosi, but you know my readings have layers. So Russia's here, guys. Russia's here, and I didn't go too deep into it, but they're playing a big manipulative hand in this whole corona thing. Alright? Okay. So the Pensioner clarifies the King of Swords. Now the Pensioner could be Putin. It's a psychic, sensitive, rich, very rich businessman, manipulative, very bullyish, egotistical, hates women, you know, knows how to make things happen. So this Pensioner could be Putin, it could be Trump, it could be someone else who is manipulative. But it's telling me it is someone who is manipulative and who has an influence on this measure to protect the voting. It says someone has got his hands in someone's pocket, and it's a manipulative hand. He's got money in the pocket, and he's got sure and certain concrete help from an enemy or conspirator to our country. So this is Trump. He has concrete sure help he feels from someone we deem is an enemy and a conspirator to our country, which is Putin or someone else. And Trump is fearful and fiercely defending anything that could block or hinder that help. He doesn't want to be confined, restricted, or limited. He's battling against that with this angry woman card. When I clarified further the Eight of Swords, which is Trump's energy, I got the Chattering card. This is a card of gossip, negative talk, negative people and one's surroundings, people you shouldn't listen to. You can't trust what they're saying. You can't trust what you're being told. It's all hearsay. So I think this is what he and his man, right, or his party are saying to Congress and to the collective, to the world, that Trump is the one who's being manipulated. That he's the victim of manipulation. And that all of the things that we're fearing about the elections is manipulation, right? No measures are actually needed. You're just being made to fear. This is all being stirred up to get Trump, right? So we don't need to put any measures in place. And actually, putting measures in place would corrupt and meddle the process for Trump, is what they're saying. So they're playing some real deep psychological mind games and manipulation with the public. And they're masters at this. And I feel like Trump, or even Putin or someone else, is going after our Democratic candidate, going after one of our former presidents, going after Dr. Fauci or some intelligence, really hard. They're going against it, right? They're attacking this intelligence. They're attacking this intelligent energy. They're attacking our legal system. They're attacking our country. It's an invisible enemy. Energy is an invisible enemy. We can't see. They're hidden. They're well hidden. Right? So that's Corona, but that's also Putin or whoever else has got Trump in his pocket. This dangerous enemy is going after our legal system, is going after is attacking our health, our security. And it's attacking Obama, it's attacking Biden, or whoever our Democratic candidate is, which I believe is going to be Biden. Now, symbolically, this angry woman represents the virus, coronavirus. Her and the Ladro card, or the thief card, in this deck represents the coronavirus. So this could be danger near two major leaders of our country, a former one, a current one. There's danger. And let's hope not, but they need to protect themselves from exposure to corona. We've got the sun here, because they have been exposed. So now what I'm getting here, I'm getting a message that, okay, I feel that Trump would be in favor of delaying the elections based on corona. I feel like he and his party or people, that they feel that either don't do anything, don't put up any measures, everything's going to be fine, or yes, let's delay the elections. They feel like that would go in their favor. So they would promote those two ideas. So I asked specifically, okay, what measures are going to be put in place? And I got falsita, which scares the shit out of me, because falsita is not a good card. This is not a good card at all. It's a card of duplicity, very fake, swindling, scamming, deceits, lies. All right. So this card is here, and this tells me that, and it's on the collective side. It says that, so it's all on the collective side, but it's also on the side of our Democratic candidate. Remember, this is also playing two parts. This King of Swords is not only Congress, but it's also going to be our Democratic candidate. I feel like the falsita is saying that we and our candidate are blocked from our entitlements. The country is blocked from its voting entitlements, and it could be that our candidate is blocked from his entitlement. Okay? Some of us will be blocked access, and that's going to make us very angry. Then we become angry. See, we have the angry card too. This is a self-righteous anger. This is an anger of indignation. Are you kidding me? This is absolutely, you're taking this this high post. It's not what I want to say, but and looking down your nose at some stuff that's happened to you because you don't deserve it. That's what you feel. So it says some of us feel blocked access to what we deserve. Right? I'm seeing a lot of people feeling left out. I'm getting minorities, blacks, browns, the poor, worker class, veterans. So it's okay. It says that Trump and his conspiratorial friend or enemy will be blocked as well, okay? So that's going to make Trump very angry and afraid. So, like I said, there's duplicity here. There's stuff that is done that is helpful, but there's stuff that is done because it's too late or it's too little that is not going to be helpful to protect our vote. That's what I'm getting, two stories at the same time. Okay, so what is done does put up some barriers around Trump and his sure and certain help from his friends, right? And that's going to make Trump very angry and very afraid. And he's going to call it a plot against him. They will call it a plot against him. But this is really and truly a plot against the trust and the good faith of the American people, of the collective. It says that there is big-time sabotage and meddling that will be going on. So much so that I don't even know how this will turn out right now at this moment as I'm doing this reading. It could go left. Even though the energies want to go one way, there's still a potential that this cheating could make it all go left. And I see efforts to keep someone from their entitlement that has been fought hard and won, and I feel like there's efforts to hold Biden back. There's going to be a lot of anger and indignation coming from the collective and from a side of Congress, right, about this and about those that get left out, about those that get neglected or held back. So, the Five of Pentacles is the collective. We are feeling left out in the cold, right, by the measures taken by Congress. It's either not enough or it's too late, too little, too late. So there's quite a few people who feel that they're not able to vote. This could be anger from blacks, browns, poor people, Asians, minorities, people blocked from their rights, prevented access, people who fought for their country, veterans. Prevented access, and there is a fight to prevent this, right? There's a fight to clear that up. There's a fight to bring that to exposure. Anger says that we as the collective feel cheated, and we will feel that our votes were tampered and meddled with, and that there was treachery and a manipulative hand involved. Remember I mentioned the hand over here? Anger confirms that. And that's the truth. There is definitely going to be a major block of people that will feel excluded and cheated in the voting process, and who are really feeling beaten up financially by this whole corona experience. I see big economic hardships, losses, loss of employment, and people who will vote, their vote will be out of spite because of the economy. A lot of people will vote because of what's, their vote will hinge upon the economy and its effect upon them and this whole virus outbreak. Some people won't get their aid. Maybe it'll be that they're hard to find. Not every American gets their aid, I feel. And there's quite a few wiped out in this economic crisis. So this corona is going to have a huge impact on how the collective votes in November and who they're going to vote for. Message coming in from Spirit is that our enemy, Putin, Trump, our enemy, in my opinion, is Putin, Trump, and this administration. But this, as a message from Spirit, the enemy, okay? So whoever you want the enemy to be, I guess. Message from Spirit is that our enemy, whom I believe to be Putin, Trump, and this administration, is so cunning, so dark, and so manipulative. It's saying that we are dealing with true snakes here and vipers. And instead of bringing the machine gun, we're still bringing a knife to the gunfight. We're still bringing the knife to the gunfight. And we have no idea that we are at war with devilish energies. But I do see the Temperance card and the Hierophant and the Warrior Spirit cards are telling me that protective angelic energies are warring in our defense. Okay? They're trying to protect us, and I hope that they can. How the voting process is going to look, I pulled some cards, but I didn't put them up here. There's too many. I don't want to mess up my board. What I got from the cards that I pulled was there seems to be meddling with the vote. Low voter turnout is counted, but and that may be due to the illness of corona, but a large part of it is due to meddling. And I feel that there's people prevented from voting, blocked access, and then there's people whose votes disappear, they're ghosted and meddled with. It says that there will be some sort of safe place set up, environments that people can vote from, and this, for the most part, this will be home for a lot of people, right? Perhaps we're using an app to vote from home, but it says that there are vicious plots to infiltrate that type of voting. So we would be sorry and regretful if we use the app's system to vote. It's saying not to use that system. All right, that's all I'm getting. So let's finish up this reading, shall we? The final row, the ultimate outcome. Now it's a very conflicting energies to read for me, because I don't like Trump. I don't like him. I don't like his face. I don't like his voice. I don't like his people. I don't like what he's turned our country into. I don't like what he's turned people, the viciousness that he's brought out in people. I don't like Trump. I do think Trump is evil. I do think Trump is toxic and poison. And I can't be objective with that. So how do I read these energies? Okay? Without being biased. It's very conflicting for me. The cards are here. You can come up with your own conclusion. I will interpret them to the best of my ability. I see victory in both Trump's column and in the Democratic column. Judgment, ultimately, here comes down on Trump. He's got the Judgment card now. Tricky card, because this card can mean you get a second chance too. What? But Judgment, as I look at the people, is telling me that this is the people wake up. The people wake up to make their decision, to decide and to judge Trump. They decide and judge who they want to lead this country. I feel we are deciding whether or not to give him a second term. And there is a great decision we're all being called to make. But I do feel like it's close, very close. Really close? This Ten of Cups is telling me it's close. What? How could it be close, all the shit this guy has done? But it says it could be very close. And they're acting, Trump's side is acting like they have won. Trump's party is acting like they have won. In this house, there is happiness and celebration. But the 10 is also a card of conclusion. A happy conclusion in the 10 of Cups, a happy ending. So, I'm conflicted. How do I read this? This is scaring me. Because the Democrats' ultimate outcome is the Sun. Thank God. But am I being too optimistic? Because the Sun, an optimistic card, does trump the 10 of Cups, right? Because it's a major arcana. Its happiness is far greater than the minor arcana happiness of the 10 of Cups. But both are very happy cards. The Sun is happier. Okay, so the Democratic side is happier than Trump's side. So we have warred and battled. We're bruised up, man. But the black man, the black woman, my people show up, okay? My people show up and wore out, okay, for the Democratic side. My people. We are worn and battle weary, but we're standing and we're fighting. And we're waiting as a collective for the announcement, this big, huge announcement, this big decision, because it's close. What? But the answer that we get is yes. The Sun is the biggest yes card in the deck. Now the 10 of Cups is a yes too, so I'm conflicted. I'm a human being, and I don't like Trump. How do I objectively read this? It's hard to know if I'm reading it objectively, but I'm going to say I feel like we're tensely waiting for a big announcement, but the answer we get is yes. But why is Trump still so happy if we win? Why is Trump so happy? So I clarified this 10 of Cups, and I got Denari, which is the money card. Maybe he's happy because he and his family have accumulated a vast fortune. How can they not celebrate? And much of it is hidden. You see the shield, the door on the safe shields you from seeing in to everything that's in there. So much of it's hidden. So he could be happy that he has accumulated a vast fortune, much of it hidden from the public. Taken from taxpayers, from our pockets. And he's happy because he's got his life back. He's happy because he has so much money and power and fame as a result of having been in the White House. Or is it that he's happy because he's trying to remain in the White House? They're celebrating, and I see this White House behind them, and they're calling the election a victory. I feel like they're calling the election a victory due to meddling against him, that he's been victimized. Okay? So I feel like there is some sort of holdout waiting for a call, and then maybe even further holdout. Again, look back to my day after reading, which is a reading done from my angle, from the angle of me, Kirsten, my perspective on how I'm going to be feeling the day after the election. It's a very interesting reading, so you guys should all listen to it again. If you haven't listened to it, there will be a link at the end of this video. You just click on it. It'll be at the end. I'll make sure it's there. I clarified the Sun, which is the Democratic candidate's card of the decision goes in our favor. Big yes to us, right? The Sun. We didn't give up. 9 of Wands. We didn't give up. We fought the good fight. The Sun is okay. Success. I clarified it with Letterado, which is a good card, but it's not a very definite card. It doesn't fill me with concreteness. The Letterado is the Seven of Cups in Tarot, which is a card it's not defined. Okay, it's all over the place. It's scattered. It's it needs to be narrowed down. So there's something undefinite or lacks definition here for me. But in past readings, thankfully, this card, Letterado, has shown itself to me to represent the seat of the president. So I do see whoever the Democratic candidate is, Biden, I think it's going to be Biden, is in the Oval Office sitting in the president's chair. So I ask one more time, just to further clarify, how will I, Kirsten, the reader, feel about the president who gets elected? And I got Bambino, which is a card of newness. New starts, new beginnings. And potential. So I do feel like we have a new president, but there's going to be a lot of drama around this new day, this new president. All right. So see my day after reading, and let's go to the collective. Collective has the Temperance card and the Hierophant card as the ultimate outcome. With the Hierophant, I feel we are bowing to a ruler, bowing in obedience to a ruler, right? This is a ceremony. I feel we are bowing to a new ruler since the Bambino card is next to this Hierophant. We all made a lot of sacrifices, man. Man, this was a hard battle, hard fight. And we got saved. We got saved by God. God saved us. Believe it or not, the hand of God saved us. As I look at the Lamb here sitting in the Pope's lap, representing the sacrifice of Jesus, and the baby next to the Lamb, the baby Jesus, is making me think of Christmas time. And next to the Temperance card, a card of healing and balance and restoration. It's telling me that maybe around Christmas time, maybe there will be an actual medicine or vaccine that is going to really slow down this virus. Because both Temperance and Hierophant are extremely slow-moving cards. So maybe around Christmas time. But back to the card that fell out at the beginning of this reading. The Four of Wands is the country in a place of harmony, in balance, and in agreement. And I feel like there's a man and a woman entering the White House. A man and a woman. And a lot of obedience to the woman. Right? Probably because she's a first to enter the White House as one of its leaders, as one of its rulers. And that's how I'm going to end this. I hope you like my reading and my style. I hope you will consider coming over to Patreon, because I have been attacked and I cannot, I'm sorry, I will not keep putting videos up just for them to be ignored. Okay? So I hope that you will come over to Patreon and support my channel. And thank you for everyone who has supported and everyone who can't. I get it. I'm trying to work out a way to make sure your needs are met and mine are met as well. Okay? So I'm praying on that, and ideas are beginning to come to me. So anyway, with that, hang in there, guys. keep doing the social distancing. If you don't know what to do, how to get your benefits, keep asking questions. Once you get some information, share it. Share it with people, okay? Like, what if you don't qualify for unemployment? What if you only work 2 months? What if your work is contingent upon the workforce that isn't happening anymore? Maybe you're a freelancer or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of questions people have, and I'm feeling like a lot of people are at a loss with the Five of Pentacles and may not get their money because the information isn't flowing to them. So any of you smart people out there who are able to get those answers, share them with your community. Hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see you on the other side, guys. Blessings.